Hello and welcome back, fellow Dawi of Clan Angren. I hope y'all are ready for some more action in this campaign. Things did get a little interesting in the last one as we picked up some territory across Varunka Hills and the Blood River Valley by confederating with Barak Var. Hopefully this will open the door to future confederations as well. We are quite likely soon to be at war with the Dawi Jar here, the Legion of Asgore, whatever it is. Which is going to be Drazhoeth the Ashen. So we are definitely going to have some fights here soon. And it looks like we're about to face down our first army from the Caravan of Blue Roses. We need to kill them and kill them quickly as they multiply like rabbits who got into a stash of Viagra. And we don't want to let that go on. We know how that is from our Miao Ying campaign. We have multiple armies. We're making some decent money at the moment. And we have a lot of territory. We are in control of the Eight Peaks Thunderdome, which someone did point out, by the way, that I mentioned in the last episode that I was going to finish flushing the Skaven down the toilet. It just so happens that there is a pretty good shape of a toilet here, and we did flush them out of it. So, you know, fate has its ways here. So we need to end a turn, probably. I haven't made my move with these troops. Should be okay for now, though. I do want to complete this. What is it? The Shield of Defiance mission here. Building upgrades. I'm going to skip that for now. Let's end our turn, get a little cash here. But hey, I appreciate the comments you all are making on each video. And I would love for you to tell me, just as a way to get some comments going here, or to hopefully foster some conversation. Of course, if you do want to comment, you can comment about whatever you like. But what was your first campaign watching me play Total War Warhammer? I remember, I don't remember the very first one I released, but I want to say it was Vampire Counts, maybe. Man, that one blew up. It got a lot of views. It was very popular. It was crazy. I remember whenever Total War Warhammer first came out, it was so neat to me to have something so different, and really bringing something new to Total War. And it was very exciting. Still exciting. I've played more hours in Total War Warhammer now. Of course, I'm counting all three titles together because they're kind of the same title in all reality. I've played more time in these games than I have any other Total War game by a long shot. By a long shot. I just really enjoy it. It is a whole lot of fun. It is indeed a whole lot of fun. I might go ahead and move this way. Yeah, so I'm just curious to hear from you all. See what you say. And then what were your first campaigns in a Total War Warhammer game? If you played it, or if you didn't play it, feel free to tell me why you didn't want to play Total War Warhammer. Especially if you're one of those ones that says that it sucks and the historical is the only way to go. Which, of course, again, if that's your opinion, totally fine. I'm not making fun of you. I don't agree, but, you know, you don't have to agree with me either. That's the beauty of this whole thing. All right, sharpen weapons is a good one because it's going to increase our weapon damage across the army. It's still going to tell us we have a garrison lord that hasn't been moved. That is true. That's a factual statement. In fact, I might move him over here to Aldium just to help buff the public order a little bit there. I've saved a little bit of cash. I do want to get as much defenses in this territory as possible. Oh, look at this. Here's one of those Skaven factions that I didn't think was in a position to attack us, but of course they are in a position to attack us. They've ignored the dwarves that they're at war with. Even the Tomb Kings here that they're probably at war with. Now this is Tretch. Yeah, it looks like he's just ignored the Karazakarak and just come for us, which makes sense. That's what the AI would do. Sounds very much like them.
What?
Alright, nothing worth it in our quick deals. I like to have a checks every now and then there. What are we doing? Valea Sorrow. We are slowly backing it away from the impending breakdown of public order, which is nice. Okay, I think we are ready to end another turn. I'm going to save up just a little more cash, get a little cash on hand in case something gets crazy here. Then we're going to go back into focusing on our buildings. There are a lot of landmark buildings that we need to build, and a lot of other special stuff. They just sacked Iron Rock? It doesn't even make any sense. Okay, you sacked Iron Rock. Good for you. Alright, now this I kind of expected. The Caravan of Blue Roses is attacking. There are a lot of Vargeist here. It's a little bit concerning, but we can handle them. I'm going to keep the Dragon backs, or I'll keep a couple units of Slayers towards the back. We have range because of the Goblobber, and we should be able to punish these guys rather heftily. So I think the strategy here is going to be, obviously, to... Anytime I fight the vampires, strategy is pretty straightforward, which is target their leadership and target their key units. Meaning, starting with units that either, one, provide them a ton of damage, or two, and also important, units that provide an aura of leadership encouragement or other stuff. So what do I mean by that? I would start with lords and heroes, work my way into stuff like, what do you call it, mortis engines. Things like that that are going to heal other nearby units and otherwise cause trouble for me. Now, we do have Vanguard deployment, which is quite nice. And the vampires are going to be waiting on reinforcements, and I don't want them to be able to just wait while the reinforcements come. I want to punish them while the reinforcements come, so I'm going to make sure, like 100% sure, that the Goblobber is in range. This may or may not be a bad idea. Kind of depends on how a few things shake out here. I'm going to kind of split these hammers up. Do something like this. Relatively boxy, tight formation here. The vampires will be able to outflank me. There's not a whole lot of way I can stop that in the current state of things. But I am going to keep some Slayers back here. And these Slayers can kind of guard, and then let's get our crossbows. The crossbows are, of course, the main killing power in our army. I'm going to make sure everything is on a defensive stance, and then I'm going to have my Ulthar's Raiders there as well. Their marked by Ulthar ability will be really helpful when used properly. I'm going to leave a master... Actually, I'm going to put my Master Engine up here to get some shots initially. I'll put my Runesmith back. Oh, I kind of need him towards the front, too, for the Rune of Slowness. Then our Thanes, we definitely want them fighting. I'll put them towards the flanks, kind of like that. And then our leader, of course, we'll put him out front to be single entity bait. I'm going to put all my units onto defensive stance because I don't want anybody chasing. And I'm going to get my catapult ready to select key targets. We are in range. Fantastic. This is what I hope for. I'm going to choose that Graveguard with my Goblobber. They'll be the most viable target. And then I'm going to take my engineer up and start to search for some enemy targets. Let's see if anybody has magic attacks, by the way. Yep. All right. So we do not want to engage Ghoul King with any of our ethereal units. You definitely want to be aware of potential magic attacks. They're dodging with their Graveguard. This is something that the AI likes to do on the higher difficulties. It'll try and dodge all your incoming attacks. They might even try and dodge this one. Nope. Nice dodge, though. And that's going to start forcing their hand with some heals. Alright, I'm going to start picking at the Ghoul King here. If they choose to ignore me, they can do so. I'm going to make them sorry for it by shooting their leader in the face and starting to use up his heals. They're waiting on all the reinforcements, and honestly, that is the right move. Like, that is certainly what they should be doing, but I'm going to make them pay as best I can. So see, they've already lost 15 Graveguards, and there'll be many more. And then their Ghoul King is being shot, and he's losing his heals because of it. Why we haven't hit him again here. Shoot him. Shoot him in the face. Alright, we did just hit him. I'm going to use all these special abilities here. Try and crank off more shots, more accurate shots. We are definitely landed some hits with the Goblobber. Come on, shoot him. They're wasting their heals, which also means if they do have like a Wind of Death or something, they won't be able to use it. Do we not have line of sight on this guy? May not. think he's sitting below line of sight because my guy won't fire, but it's also not showing a blocked. But I'm not getting like a firing kind of thing over here, like a marker like that my unit is firing. Man, he's all the way healed now, which is irritating. Shoot a Vargeist. We can't miss those right now. Alright, here comes the reinforcements. They've brought in a Necromancer. Nah, they're still using heals over here, that's good. Ooh, got a nasty hit. We actually killed a Vargeist there. I'm gonna target their Necromancer. Should be another vulnerable target. They have, let's see, the Necromancer. Okay, so the only magic attack that I've seen so far is Ghoul King. Our flanks are going to be under tremendous pressure on this battle because I cannot guard them, so we'll need to act quite quickly and decisively against their leadership. Come on, shoot that guy again. Oh yeah, got another good hit there. Alright, run. I'm gonna scoot Belegar a little farther out front. Try and create a blob way out in front of the army would be ideal. I am going to put a Quarreler kind of turn to each flank in order to put pressure on the units that are trying to outflank me. Well, they've stopped moving, so I'm gonna turn around and put some more pressure back on that Necromancer, who's a pretty easy target. I'm not sure why you're throwing at that. Let's pick another Grave Guard out there. Alright, how are we doing against this Master Necromancer? We've hit him multiple times. I don't know why it takes so long to shoot here, and I haven't even seen the projectile most of the time, but I do see damage hitting him every now and then. Alright, yeah, you can see my Quarreler's doing damage out to the flanks, which is what we want. I'm concerned at the number of Vargeist here, and the Vargeist are going to be quite dangerous to me at the moment. Okay, go ahead and flee back. We can't get engaged with the Strigoi. I'm going to target some of those Vargeist. The Vargeist can fly over my lines and basically land on my flyers, which is very unappealing to me. So I want to punish the Vargeist straight away. The Goblobber hasn't been terribly effective because of the enemy dodging, but we still managed to get 100 and some odd kills here, which is going to be an impressive toll that we've extracted. And we are killing a large number of Vargeist early. I'm going to target this Vargeist unit as well, and then I'm going to target the enemy leadership. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn in here. There's a lot of Crypt Ghouls as well. But those Vargeist will now be unable to cause me the damage that they needed to from a range standpoint. Okay. Alright, let's start picking off Ghoul King. I'm gonna crank up the insanity on Belegar. Ghoul King is being targeted down by our ranged units. And here comes the enemy assault. This unit's trying to get around me back here. I'm gonna pull this one back over here too. Ghoul King is not dead yet. I'm gonna give him a marked by... Or is he dead? He is dead. Hold on. I've got the wrong thing clicked and I need to get it straightened out. I'm gonna try and keep these units off of my... Oh, crap. Let's get all of our shooties. I should have put these in a group. Whoops, not an H. Alright, target the enemy lord. Let's go ahead and hit play here, and let's take my Runesmith and put some hurt out here. Flashbang some of that. And then, yep, give a little support there. And we have chopped up a significant amount of enemy cav here. Unfortunately, not all of it. Dragonback Slayer's taking a beating here, but they're getting the job done too. That cavalry's trying really hard to outflank me, as it should. As it should. We have a very crazy situation going on here. I really need their lord dead. He's playing the dodgy game right now, which I don't appreciate. Got a good opportunity to rid us of some enemies here. Yeah, he is being very effective on the dodge right now. It's actually really getting frustrating.
Fire on the axe!
I've been outflanked over here. Are we done killing horses yet? Because if so, I got a spearman unit over here that needs some attention. Oh my gosh, this guy's dodging is absurd. They're losing their necromancer though. I don't know what's damaged him, but he's going down. And I don't have any runesmithing yet. And let's toss some more ammo here. Enemy lord is gone, and that's the end of the vampire army. So that's why you target their leaders, and it would have been good to have killed them sooner. But nonetheless, we got the job done. We didn't lose any units in the process. Hammerers stood tall there, did well as expected. Both units of Hammerers did very well. And again, as expected, the Grudge Thrower actually managed to get a lot of kills in the end. I'll have to look at the value of it. And then our crossbows are going to be the real killers here. They're not going to have a ton of kills because we were after a lot of low entity count units, but we'll look at their value. It's always a good way to evaluate, you know, like which units are bringing you the right value. We got a lot of kills. I didn't even really command this unit, and it got 1,100, 2,000, 1,500, 1,042, 1,327, 1,298, 2,454 from that ranger. Holy cow, 2,710. We got 1,100 on our master engineer. Belegar racking up 325. See, the hammers didn't come anywhere as close because they were just probably smacking down zombies and stuff. Our Dragonback Slayers should have done well, though. Yeah, they did. All right, good battles for us. We're going to take home a lot of cash, take home some oath gold. Remember that we want to get those trade goods. I need to get a hold of some pottery. If we can get a hold of some pottery, I can start cranking out the healing effects for all of my single entity characters. That's going to be from our Iron Warden's tankard and our Old Guard's tankard, which will ensure that our dwarves go into combat with max drunkenness in order to heal while in combat. It says we're going to take medium casualties from their garrison. That is obviously nonsense. So I'm going to go ahead and kill their garrison here as well. Yeah, we'll take these guys out. So yeah, you want those Iron Warden tankards. You want those Old Guard tankards. Again, that healing is really, in my opinion, it's quite critical. Also, we can strike more character runes. We can strike more unit runes. Those are also very powerful for your characters. So I find with the dwarves, since there isn't a replenishment option, which can be tempting at times, I like just taking the option that stocks us up with oath gold. I think we can only Vanguard deploy in those subterranean battles, which is an interesting feature there. They're going to have reinforcements coming, and if I do fight them, I kind of want to fight them right here. I can shore up one of my flanks right there. They could fly around me, but they won't be able to move any ground-based units in behind me. I have these 3 units, which are very healthy condition here. And then I have these others that took a bit more of a beating. I could do something like this. And then if I take my crossbows, yeah, line them up kind of like that. Let's throw our... Yeah, this is good. This is good. Ulthar's Raiders. I didn't get to use a Marked by Ulthar effectively in that last battle, which is unfortunate because it is a very effective way to do business. Okay, just gonna move these Thanes around. All right, there we go. Let's put everybody into a defensive stance again with the dwarves. I typically like to stay in that defensive stance. It's not a have to, but it is a nice to. They did not move all the way down to wait on their reinforcements. Kind of a strange decision. We're certainly well within grudge throwing range, and then we've got a secure flank here as well, like I said, which is going to be the important factor. I think I'm just going to let the grudge thrower open fire. I don't really have great angles with the master engineer. I'll start picking at that crypt horror. Let's see whether we can score any hit. Yeah, we did right there. I'll try and pick at these crypt horrors, see if I can kill a couple of them. Sometimes you can force the enemy to charge as they kind of sit here and take hits. Look at that unit dodging back and forth over here. AI playing their dodgy game. I've killed 2 cryptors, or no, I just hit another one. I thought we killed the second one. We've hit them multiple times. That unit heals as well, so we'll be kind of wearing off some of their heals. Ooh. Tagged him again, but he didn't drop. So not super impressed with our missile strength here. It's a very high missile strength, but it's taken multiple shots to down a cryptor. I'm just going to keep picking at them. I don't know if our line of sight is... Yeah, it's still good there. We're still hitting cryptors. And then the reinforcements are on the way, so I will watch for good targets for a catapult there as well. There goes another cryptor, so we've killed a couple of units at this point. Oh, I would love for those Fellbats to come sweeping across my Quarreller's position here. I might take a shot at him, see if we can lure him down here. Killed a bat. Not that that's very difficult, but we killed a bat. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna turn a couple of my Quarreler... Well, just one. Actually will work. Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, this is good. Beautiful. I'm gonna get Belegar up front again. Use him as kind of a hit point tank. And we'll watch for magical attacks, but... I don't see anything that's gonna be spewing magic attacks yet, so I'm gonna pull that Thane out there. Shoot that cavalry unit. Try and get a couple kills on it. When their Strigoi gets over here, we're going to need to intercept and destroy him. Alright, here comes the bats. I'm going to smoke bomb this unit, ruin their charge. Alright, there's the Strigoi. Fall behind the lines. Let's pound Strigoi with their hammers. The hammer's be pretty effective against him because he's an infantry-sized entity. He's trying to plow through and get to my ethereal unit. That's quite crafty of him, but I'm not gonna allow it for any prolonged amount of time. There we go. Oh, now they took a Cryptor and ran right through because I left the hole in the lines. That was smart. Okay, let's take our missiles and train in. There's a grave guard over there. Let's open fire. Strigoi is getting owned by the hammers. I would say that I'm surprised, but I am not. Not in the least. I'm gonna move a couple of these Quarrelers back into a smarter firing position over here, because they are somewhat obstructed at the moment. Let's open up with these Zephyr 42 pounders here. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh yeah, that was effective. What's the range on our Wrath and Ruin? Almost in range, so we'll keep an eye on that. Alright, gonna throw down here. Ghoul King is long since dead at this point. Alright, here we go. Send some vampires back to the grave. Our crossbows are shredding this formation. And I think I'm going to send the peak... Well, actually, I'm not going to send the peak gate guard up yet. They might get hit by my own crossbow fire, so I'm going to let my... Quarrelers and Rangers do their thing here. Let's go ahead and throw some ammo to the units that are using theirs the quickest. There we go. And that's going to be a full-on disintegration. And now we should be able to take the settlement. So sometimes the auto-resolve going to be quite kind to you. Other times it is going to be quite egregious. This is one of those egregious examples. Wistrigoi got absolutely, well, hammered by this hammer unit. And like I said, that's kind of expected. He's an infantry-sized target. And so you will get a tremendous amount of damage done on him there. Oh no, good battle. I think our ranger did a good job picking at enemy units early. Or sorry, our engineer. I called him a ranger. Though it would be cool if you could get a dwarf ranger as a hero as well. And I would also love to have a gyrocopter mount for certain dwarf units. A gyrocopter that shoots something like a flame cannon, or like a flame cannon type shot, something of that magnitude. Oath Gold it is. So a couple of big victories over the Caravan of Blue Roses. And Karag Asgal is going to easily fall into our control because of it. So we've taken our first settlement off the caravan. We could sack it for a fair amount of money, but just possessing it should be enough for now. There's some good buildings here already. This one's going to give me growth and replenishment, and then I can throw in a tool maker, or a trinket maker, to kind of kick off a little bit of income. And then Deadgate is going to be our last settlement in this particular province. Kind of an odd offset to us there. We still need to take this diamond mine as well, or gemstone mine, I should say. Caravan stretches all the way out here. Alright, we'll keep an eye on them. I kind of need 2 armies operating in this vicinity. I think what we'll do is I'll take the second army and scout. This army is somewhat capable. It's not going to be good against a large force of vampires, but if there is a relatively unguarded settlement, we could use it to kind of sneak in and do some attacks and raiding as well. And in the meantime, we're going to get out here and come face Clan Rictus, who is thinking that they can raid Iron Rock. And that's obviously a grudging one that we need to go repay. I don't know where this infamy thing has popped up on here recently. I don't know if it's like a glitch, something caused by one of my mods or what. I don't know, but I noticed that. Assign skill points. Let's take care of these. So Belegar's forces going to get a fair number of skill points here, as they should. They won some big battles. I want to finish this inspirational leader because we're going to heal faster. Mentor is good as well. We want Mentor. I'm not super worried about his skill tree yet. I think I want this, I want these 2 skills here because we're likely to have different units as the campaign goes on, and we'll want to make sure that all of them get the maximum buffs. We'll finish up Relentless and Deadly Blade. We have kind of maxed out our sniping tree here. Got the flash bomb. Got open cask. All that stuff is finished. Let's start working Relentless here. Speed is actually pretty helpful on this character, so we can run ahead of the army, shoot, and then run back to our army. So the engineer being Relentless is certainly something that I believe is helpful. Let's go to scouting here.
It shall be done.
And then, let's see, finish up Relentless. And Deadly Blade. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's take a look at our buildings, because we earned some money throughout the winning that was going on there. I don't want to repair Iron Rock because that Skaven army is sitting right beside it at the moment. I will take more marble to trade, and I will improve here to the Dwarf Tinkerer's shop. Let's upgrade Caragnar to a Dwarf Outpost. And if we upgrade here, we can get more iron to trade as well. What else? Caragrill, let's go ahead and build our defense for whenever the time comes. That's good for now. Again, we're not going to repair that damaged building. Let's end our turn. See what the Skaven do. Kind of keeping a weary eye. I'm spread thinner now, so about half expect Drazowith the Ashen to attack me at this point, because we are spread thinner and we're becoming a regional threat with the size of our territory. All of those things, plus just their natural distaste for us as dwarves, is going to drive them, I believe, to attack me, unless they're very concerned elsewhere. Now, someone had mentioned that I had this level 17 lord that I got rid of in favor of the lower level one here, and that is correct. That was a mistake on my part. I'm going to move up here and try and scare Tretch out of here. I would prefer that he go home and stay home. Where is this one at? It's way further out here. Not a particularly useful settlement, but needs to be upgraded one way or the other. Let's spend there. I want to keep up the pressure on the vampires. They could still come at me from multiple directions. Let's move underground.
Making ground.
There's no army at Dingo Crack, so that's a gemstone mine that's potentially going to fall into my control. I think what I'm going to do is hit Grima's Drac and then bounce underground to Deadgate. But I'm going to move underground on both turns. Yeah, I'll move underground on both turns. Yeah, multiple armies here. Okay, so this is the right direction. We want to head their armies off and not allow them into our territory. This army's not doing anything at the moment, which is unfortunate, but probably not a whole lot I need from it this exact moment. It looks like we got a skill point on our ethereals here. Let's throw those into Mentor. So that'll help start to spread it to any new characters that we recruit. Anytime they pick up experience, they'll start to share it with those new units. Again, income stable. Battles are our friend right now, assuming it's a battle we can win, because that is going to throw us more income, more oath gold. Things that will just fuel the War of Grudges. Looks like the vampires left Grima's Drac because they were quite aware of the Dawi thumping that was heading their way. So they've decided to save their skulls for a turn and run away quite bravely, I might add. I do not see any vampire troops here.
Okay.
There are none.
Make amends.
It says we're going to take a lot of damage here. That depends. It's a stupid settlement battle. I'm just going to encircle them. Well, encircling is dangerous. I mean, we should be able to win this. Let's just fight it. Encircling them means that they could end up with reinforcements, and likely will. I mean, let's be honest, it's the vampires. They'll probably have 5 or 6 armies at any given time, even though we just killed 2 or 3, and we've got another 2 or 3 we know out to our west. They could very well have one not far off screen, and in fact, I mean, that's the rule I've always told myself and told you all when I'm playing, which is always assume the AI has another army just outside the fog of war in a perfect position to move up and attack you, and then you will be correct, because that is the case pretty much every single time. Okay, I'm going to position... If Gotrek and Felix fight near each other, they will heal, which is quite handy. I've got my Bugman's Rangers in position to start laying into the enemy forces. I do not have a way to replenish ammunition. So our shots need to count, and we need to kill the enemy. So I need to not shoot at things like enemy towers, which honestly that's going to be annoying because the enemy probably will throw a lot of towers at us. And we need to make our shots count. In terms of, like, basically that just means we need to crush enemy infantry with our ranged attacks. I see a priority target down this causeway. I don't know if they'll stay there, but I want to mow down those Cryptors. Alright. I'm gonna take all my units. Let's go into a defensive stance. Alright, AI is coming in to attack Gotrek and Felix, so I'm gonna throw into that unit of zombies. That Cryptor is now gonna be in a nice, pretty line of sight here for our Bugman's Rangers. And they will be quite vulnerable to our Bugmans because of their low armor. I'm going to tear that down. This is good. The AI is kind of blobbing up here, giving our crossbowmen easy targets. They're bringing a Graveguard up here, which is shielded and armored, so it will be less effective for my Bugmans. But nonetheless, as they work it down and kill it, they'll be able to gain some experience points. And they will kill it. It's just gonna last a little longer with that armor and the shields. Okay, this is going very well thus far. Actually, let's back up and make that Graveguard keep walking to us. It's getting torn up by the Bugmans at the moment, so let's let it take some more hit point damage. Graveguard's gonna be a tough unit for our Dwarf Warrior to take down here. Okay, we are really mowing down a lot of enemies on this side. The vampires are down, getting closer to the halfway mark on their troop. All right, here comes the Cryptors. Let's feed them a little bit of pain. I am going to pull one additional ranger in this direction because Gotrek and Felix have that situation well under control. And I'm going to make sure that we finish off this Cryptor. I'm going to bring one unit back here for reinforcements as well, just in case we need it, because there is yet another Graveguard headed this direction. Alright, we're going to down those Cryptors. And they have another Graveguard headed this direction. Excellent. Excellent. So we have this situation well under control.
I suppose so. Ready.
Felix has gotten 33 kills, 69 to Gotrek. And then my Bugman's Rangers continue to slaughter vampires at will. There's your next target. As it approaches, let's reinforce that first warrior. The Graveguard are not going to be any better at cutting through armor than I will, and they do have higher weapon strength, though. And a bonus versus infantry, so the Graveguard will be more effective, but they are far more expensive units. We have better leadership. We have better melee defense by a pretty good shot, and we have a little bit better attack. Graveguard are low attack. Vampire units tend to not be super impressive, but they also don't rout, so I think that's kind of where you get their benefit. Let's watch Felix get into some action here with the Graveguard. Get him, Felix. There we go. That unit is out. There's some skeleton warriors headed our way. How are we doing against the Graveguard? Doing well. I'm going to bring this unit back and rest it and keep pouring some fire into this Graveguard. And here comes the Skelly Warriors. Going to basically pad the stats here for our heroes. there's any Gotrek and Felix fans out there, we'll get you some nice close-up action here. As they chop their way through the caravan of Blue Rose's troops. Gotrek has probably taken so many friendly bolts from the crossbows that it's probably getting rather absurd. You can see his healing cap starting to become visible there. And these Bugmans are now out of ammunition, and we might as well charge in and overwhelm with numbers. I think we have maybe one more volley here from a few of our guys. Nope, they're done too, so in we go. Now there was a crypt ghoul coming out of there. All right, easy victory. Easy victory. It was saying we would take heavy damage. That was definitely not the case. The vampires had no answer to our single entity units, and they did not have an answer to our Bugmans. So these Rangers are going to prove quite valuable throughout the course of the campaign. By the way, people mentioned I couldn't move those over to the other army because there was a text event open, and you have to resolve those. That's irritating to me, and I wish they would change that. Like, there's probably a reason for it, but it's irritating nonetheless. But yes, thank you for letting me know, because I was confused why I couldn't transfer those Bugmans. User error, of course. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. We picked up the gemstone mine, though. The vampires do not have the gemstone mine here, or at least if they did, we tore it down. I'm going to build it, and I love that there is a defensive building here. Skullcrag and Kradtaman, which is kind of down here at the bottom of the screen, hard to see. Actually, I have to zoom out for you to be able to see it, or I'll turn. That's a major settlement, so... however, with the extra money we're going to be earning from these gemstones and from picking up these settlements, I might be able to recruit a few more units in the Gotrek's army. Skyhammers there, which that can be quite effective against vampires when used properly. Grimma's Drak is going to fall into our control. Like I said, the vampires just fled when they saw me there. Probably a smart move on their part. It's going to give us access to more marble as well.
It shall be done.
And I believe Crooked Fang Fort is their last outpost out here. And I would like to capture it. It's a nice way to defend the entrance to these mountains. I'm going to build this, tear that down. The Caravan of Blue Roses picked the wrong war. That is for sure. All right, the Skaven are headed for my settlement over here, thinking that they can get another easy pick-off, but they're not going to find it quite so easy, and I'm going to try and hem them in here. That means I can now repair the damage to Iron Rock as well. Get a little bit of growth going up there. I'm low on money. Let's end ourselves another turn. Get a little cash back in the treasury. Oh, so yeah, the Skaven saw what I was doing. Now they're going to try and go around me to get to Valea's Sorrow. I'm going to try and get in their way and catch them underground. And then I can bounce back and forth here in the mountains. Keep them from being able to get to my settlements anymore. All right. Man, we are rolling for the moment, but this doesn't bode well.
No more certain than that chosen for
Okay.
us by blind chance.
No, don't disband my troops with them. Do I get to pick another lord?
I like those odds.
Yeah, dang, we lost Gotrek and Felix in that army. Crap. Well, those guys were gonna be way better than what I got here, but
Summon me if you dare.
we need another hero in this army now. I don't know if I have any to recruit. I will go see.
Thirsts for war.
Let's see here. Skills, that sucks. We lost Gotrek and Felix. It's level 17. Let's check out the skill set the AI has given him. I mean, none of this stuff is wasted. It's not what I would have picked first. I could wound him and respec him, essentially, like reset the skill points. It's gonna wound him for a few turns. Let's go ahead and do it, though. It'll be worth it. I can get it reset the way I want. And then in the meantime, we'll just pick a different lord to sit in that army. There we go. Just pick that lord to sit there for the time being. That stinks, though, because that army is now definitely weakened without the presence of Gotrek and Felix. If I build here, we can recruit a Thane. I tore down a building where I could have gotten a runesmith earlier. Rats. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Alright. Well, it is what it is. I'm gonna try and stay abreast of the Skaven here. Let's see. It's Blade Master. Do I have any buildings? Nope, I don't have any buildings. Or heroes, I don't think. Let me go do one last check here. I want to say we maybe had one of the buildings, but it looks like I've torn it down since. So we're going to be without heroes, which is, again, going to significantly weaken that army from what we had with Gotrek and Felix. Let's do a little bit of this here. A little bit of that. And we're going to just take it straight to the vampires out here. They're going to be hiding at Crooked Fang Fort. They have another army that's probably going to try and work back in behind me here. I'm going to lay siege. Maybe we can pull them back to us now. Yeah, see, they've got multiple armies. They may come back at me here and then pull their garrison out as well. I hope they do. I'll beat them all. I feel quite confident. I hope that is what they do. One more turn and we get gemstones as well. That's going to be a rich upgrade indeed. We have a skill point here. And let's take a look at our Oath Gold as well while we're in here. Skills. Iron-willed, inspirational leader. Yeah, we're getting close to the inquiring mind here, which will drop our upkeep cost. Looks like our thing turned back to normal here. That's good. Another unassigned skill point. This is this. Oh yeah, it's this lord we have here. Not a huge deal what we pick here, to be honest, because we're just gonna replace that lord sooner or later.
The axe thirsts for war.
Okay, I'm gonna end one more turn here. Then I'm probably gonna have to end it for this episode. Techless wishes to speak. Hopefully not a declaration of war. It is not, so not gonna be a repeat of the War of the Beards here. It's a much wanted trade agreement. Unfortunately, no pottery. I think it was Volkmar that had the pottery. Ah, this is what we wanted. We wanted to catch Tretch on an underground interception, and that is exactly what's happened here. So Tretch is going to go down. I'm just going to auto-resolve this one and steal his lunch money. Finish that turn in, so the Craven tail was separated from his tail. And no doubt Skitter fled back to his little hole. And then this is going to be a great place to start out the next episode, so I will save it right here. And we are going to go up against a horde of the Caravan of Blue Roses, including Helman Gorst himself. We've got to take down a Vargulf, a Strigoi, Gorst, a Banshee. We do have some ethereal, so we got to watch out with our own ethereal units. And then we've got another Necromancer, it looks like, coming in. So quite a lot for us to fight. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all soon with some more action from Clan Angrand.